Yo. Okay, let's see if this works. I have no idea if it will. I have not streamed on YouTube since my last video before returning. It says live. Are we here? Is it working? Oh, it does work. Sick. I don't know if the game audio is too loud or if it's okay. If it's off, just let me know. Happy to change anything that's needed. I don't know how this is going to go because I've not streamed on YouTube in forever. I do the videos. I need to get back on them, and I will. It's a lot harder because I've always been somebody who makes the content that I consume. And right now I'm not consuming Genshin content at all. So, and I'm not even really consuming that much content in general. So I'm not actually making content. Because I'm more into games than I've been in a long time. I'm playing so many. Anyway, I was on Twitch a few minutes ago and then thought, let's just move over to YouTube because, you know, that's my place really. But I'm at the end of the Linny quest. So we're going to watch this magic show, which I'm guessing is going to be a cutscene because I don't think I've seen a cutscene yet in this story quest. I'm really far behind on story quests. Arc quests I'm caught up with. Story quests though, it's a little bit embarrassing because some of these story quests are quite old now, like this. But it looks new to me, like Sino and Alhaitham and Sumeria is new to me. Because I've just not played the game that much until recent times. I'm trying to get back into it now. Obviously getting back into it means more videos again, so that's the idea. And I've got plans that I want to like get in and do. So, you know, let's play some Genshin. Get back into it. Hey, it's Charlotte on the left. Is she performing?
My brother's going solo today, so I'll be watching with you.
You did almost die that one time. Robert Houdini. Robert Houdini. Houdini's first name is Robert, isn't it? Right.
Concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
Okay. I think it's really difficult to make this good. So I'll be surprised if it is. I didn't mean to skip that. Oh. Yeah. Classic. Thank you, Hoiverse.
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
Have we not had a cutscene?
Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Not the time. Not the time.
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic.
Most people do.
To believe in things that can't be rationally explained.
True.
Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world.
I remember, like, in year 6, I think, in the year 6 prom, I think they hired a magician for the night, who obviously is just doing, like, little parlor tricks for kids, you know. There was one, like, where his wallet, like, he'd opened his wallet and it would set on fire. You've probably seen a trick similar to that before, if not that same trick. But, like, I just remember in year 6, I was, like, seeing this magician, and I was just there wondering, like, how does he do this? And I was trying to work it out as much as I can. And that was the moment I realized, like, oh no, yeah, I actually am not, like, willing to just believe stuff anymore. It is that weird thing in it though, because like as a kid you just like, yeah, there's like a magic guy that comes down and gives you presents on Christmas. And you're like, no way, that's so cool. Because of course you believe everything. Your parents have told you everything. It's always right. Why would you not like just believe everything? It's for your own safety.
Somehow, I felt drawn to him too. So I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
Aw, that sounds so romantic.
I think that's rude, isn't it? You don't just go to a magician like on the street and like, do a trick for me. I guess it depends how you word it. You're like, oh, could I like see a trick if that's alright?
It was
That's nice, that's polite.
with a flower. He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and it magically appeared on my head.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy that day. No one had ever given me a flower before that.
That's actually really sweet.
Oh, that's so cute.
One day I'll get one.
Actually, now that you mention it, Lenny's done that one before.
When?
Is
I don't
that
remember it.
right? Then I suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So let's treasure the time we have with him. After all, you never
Well,
know
that's
when
nice.
people's dear ones might be gone.
That's right. It's all over now.
It doesn't stop the consequences of what he did.
Paimon doesn't really know how to comfort you, but at the very least,
They really went
no
dark
one's
with
gonna be
Fontaine, didn't they?
intimidating you from now on.
Like they've stepped away from death so much before Fontaine. Like they skirted around death a little bit, and then Fontaine happened, and they went all out, bro. They went dark. Lynette's backstory, as far as I've gathered, I don't know it all. I don't know if she has a hangout,
Yes, you can.
but
bring
as far
these
as I
back.
know of it, it's dark. It's real dark. I remember being shocked. I was streaming it, or maybe no.
What?
Was I streaming it, or was I might have been recording it. I think I was recording it.
The Phantom Weasel? So escaped? Where is he?
I probably actually have the recording on my old laptop.
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
No, it'll be on this PC. I'll actually have the recording on this
A
PC.
performer's job is to commit
I could find my reaction, and I just remember going like, "What? Wait, what?"
But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards.
That's
up their
such a
sleeve.
good analogy, and so true as well.
It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
What
Well,
are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle.
wait, what?
Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying
Okay,
the performance
I'm
so
confused.
far.
What's happening?
There will now be a brief intermission, after which Linny will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show.
Is
The one we've all
Lynette
been
just being a
waiting for.
bitch to her, or like, is she just actually just putting
The
on an
final
act? I'm
performance will take
confused.
place outside of the Opera House,
Why
so
would she
please
put on an
make your
act?
way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they?
Is she the Phantom Weasel?
Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon.
Are we about to have like a crazy reveal? I've like half paid attention to the whole story. Is this a crazy reveal? I have no idea. Okay. Yo. Say something. She looks
Me?
angry.
This is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood.
Uh-huh.
This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan.
I love
Now,
stories.
who wants to hear a story?
Me.
Lenny, don't we have more important things to address right now? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel.
Okay, that is what happened. I was confused.
Going on?
Wanted that clarified, that's cool.
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the question.
So what happened to the guy we arrested?
Let's hear it. Paimon's dying of curiosity here.
Did we arrest someone?
Let's go back to the very beginning.
We did, didn't we?
A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine.
Uh-huh.
She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hands.
Right.
But
Oh,
as her
okay.
infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf.
Uh-huh.
After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So
Okay.
then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes.
She's like a gold digger, but well, I guess she's a little more hands-on with the money though. 'Cause she's getting money by using him, technically, but you know, just not directly.
But as she was considering how
indirectly.
to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all. At her
Okay.
encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death.
So Lorenzo did do it.
Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
So she's also guilty then,
I've got to hand it to you.
right?
You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Linny? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
That sounds like something that somebody guilty would say.
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my
But he
investigation
is
only
as
made
well,
me more
right?
certain of
Like
that.
partly at least.
He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
That is a genuine trick, isn't it? You're not supposed to, like, give something away. Because it's like this very basic psychological trick of like, oh, if I give something away, then it feels like I've confessed. They're not going to press any further. And so then I can hide the real thing. But then, like, that's a very obvious thing. And I think they know that in, like, police investigations and stuff. And so you were supposed to be, like, you were supposed to not confess at all. And then eventually you'd, like, confess a little bit. Although I don't think it ever really works. Because they tend to figure things out, right?
That's disappointing.
And
So
thankfully
you
so,
still
of
trust
course.
Lorenzo than me, even without a shred of evidence.
Makes me sound more guilty.
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard.
But we don't have evidence,
With a little
right?
help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence.
She's not betrothed, is she? Am I being crazy? Isn't betrothed like when it's an arranged marriage? Is it not? Hang on. Betrothed meaning formally engaged to be married. Oh, is it not? Is betrothed an arranged marriage? Since arranged marriages are becoming more rare, betroth has taken on the more general meaning of pledging to be married. Ah. So it did used to mean an arranged marriage, but now it's evolved to just mean that you're becoming married. You're engaged. Okay. That's fine. That's whatever. Let me get chat back up 1 sec. Not that anyone has said anything. Honestly, same as Twitch. Same as Twitch.
Caesar was maligned and hated
Here we
by
go.
all for 10 years.
We're back.
but you, everyone sympathized
Quick
with you.
detour to check betrothed. Quick detour to learn some better
Who would
English.
suspect for one
Native
second
English speaker, by the
that
way.
The lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise.
Okay, now you're looking
Not
guilty.
that
Like, there's no
poor
actual
lady
evidence right
cherished the
now.
thought.
But you are looking guilty.
So you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax?
Are we gonna get actual evidence here?
Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the weasel himself?
It is a good point. Lorenzo could have just said, unless he was blackmailed.
Maybe Gemma
Although if he's in prison,
herself
there's not really
could
much he can
enlighten
do.
us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I
Her
think
voice
the
has
answer
changed.
should be obvious.
Okay.
Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt.
Well, yeah. Lorenzo is more at fault than Gemma. Let's not get that mixed up, right? It's that bloody hell. What's the case recently? The gypsy is it the gypsy girl case or something like that? Oh God, what is it? You know the girl that's obsessed with Taylor Swift, not Navia, actual Taylor Swift, and like killed her mum or something because her mum was like really like a despicable evil person. And no, she convinced somebody to kill her mum. So Gemma is that girl. That's what I'm saying. Gemma is obsessed with Taylor Swift. This is the conclusion here.
But if the weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
Okay. Yeah.
An excellent answer.
What loved
Though
ones?
sadly, a little dull.
Yeah,
Is that right?
it's true.
Well, don't let me bore you. If you care to change the topic,
You are
to
just
something
admitting
more
it now.
interesting,
There's no evidence, you're just admitting it. There's no reason to
As
admit
a
guilt
matter of
here.
fact,
You are
there's one
guilty,
thing
but
I'd really
still.
like to understand.
I had no
Why
idea
would
that this
the
was
real
coming.
weasel
This
have
completely
targeted
threw me
things
off
that
guard.
only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
Yeah,
course.
actually.
After all,
Is she just
we're
a massive
telling
cunt?
stories here.
Is
If
that the
I had to guess,
answer?
I would say that the real weasel must have had a terrible child.
Oh, right, and so that means you can make everyone else's childhood shit. Is that what it
Left
is?
to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten.
You telling me there's an adult there just watching two kids bloody fucking physically assault this one kid? Like, what's that about?
She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and
Uh-huh.
pen. She'd sew ugly rag dolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content.
Do you not have an orphanage? Well,
until
Lynette
the world
had an
decided that
orphanage.
even
Why
this
didn't you go
was too good
there?
for her.
You could be for Tui. Come on, be for Tui
Once again,
people.
she was betrayed,
That'll be so much better.
and this time everything was taken from her.
Maybe.
She
Well,
felt
actually,
like
it would be
life was
better.
a miry pit that dragged her further down the more she struggled to escape. At that tender age, she should have been happy.
Well, yeah. Doesn't mean you should be a
Instead,
cunt.
she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things in the world passed her by.
Right.
This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts. Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles.
You know, I just want to take this moment to just kind of appreciate the fact that now Fontaine is French, obviously, which is very close to English. So it's really easy for me to just see a name like Gemma and just pronounce it. Natlan is going to be so hard. It's going to be so difficult. I'm really going to prepare myself. But it's going to be fun as well. It's fun to learn these cultures and learn how to like pronounce their language and everything, like pronounce their syllables and everything like that. It's really fun. I had to do a little bit for my last video. You will have seen a little bit of that. I like had to, look up how to pronounce a few things. Because, not Jabalanque. Jabalanque is an easy one. What was the other one, though? What was it? It's been so long that I don't know if I could even pronounce it now.
This is you on your first day as a teacher.
Am I watching my own
This
ads?
is a class you'll inspire.
Give it a minute, okay?
This is a lesson you'll
I
learn
promise
from
you're
her.
not watching another... I'm going to mute it. You're not watching another ad, okay? I'm watching this ad to get to a video, okay? My own video with that. Just give it a minute, okay? It's going to be worth it. Okay? We're going down the Natlin hole. We're just looking at a pronunciation that I have done before. Okay, where is it? At some point, I'm hoping there's just going to be a big text on the screen.
But
Where are we?
Aztec is one that I struggle so much
Okay,
with,
here we
so
go.
please bear with me here. Chalchu was an...
Oh, fucking, I'm so good. I'm so good. You know? Like, give me some credit here. I couldn't do that now. Give me a
Aztec
sec. Watch.
is one that I struggle
Just
so much
appreciate.
with, so please bear with me here. Chalchu was...
Oh, I did have to look that up. I'm gonna lie to you. I did have to look that one up. What was? Oh yeah, that's Skirk. That's Skirk's where I theorize Skirk is based on. And I hope I'm right on that. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Back to this.
Test the happiness of others, in all its forms alike.
So you're a bitch,
I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true.
and now you're evil.
Will fill
First
the
you're a
void
bitch,
in my
now you're
soul.
evil. First you're just a penis. Now this is just being a criminal.
Now it all makes sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. People have shit childhoods and they don't grow up to be, you know, fucking penile, malfunctioning cunts. You know? Like, my dad didn't have a great childhood. He's a great person. He's not going out here robbing motherfuckers, is he?
Does this story satisfy you, Linny?
Oh, yeah, thanks for admitting it.
Yes, it is quite to my taste.
Consider we had no
Thank you for
evidence,
helping
and
to
you
clear
have
up my
just admitted to the
confusion.
crimes.
That's right. What drove you to write that letter, Gemma?
We can now throw you in prison, which couldn't be done before.
Because without Dad, none of this would have ever come to light.
She didn't write the letter.
Lorenzo?
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now.
Was it Linny?
But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be
It was
at
Linny?
peace. Linny? Or should I call
Oh,
you the Phantom
okay.
Copycat now?
Makes
You were the one
sense.
who posted that letter outside
I don't know why I
Harper
said oh like
House.
that. Oh.
Very sharp,
Oh,
Phantom
is what I
Weasel.
meant.
Still
Oh,
as
Linny
shrewd
did it.
as ever. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the weasel to show themselves.
You know, I feel like this would be a lot better if I had like a face cam. Which I do have, I just don't have one on right now. Very simply because this all-nighter, I've got the biggest eye bags under my eyes. It is grim. It is not better to have a face cam than to not have one at the moment. For once.
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear.
What, living?
Just as you did to me 10 years ago.
I don't get it.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him?
You probably grew up and watched him.
Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two
You
obnoxious kids.
Didn't think of that before.
It's been so long.
You didn't
You're all
think
grown up
about
now.
two
I didn't
kids
recognize
really interested in magician that look like those two would grow up to be those two.
He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why? Because you feel like you still owe him something?
We remember all our debts, however great or small.
Do we have a debt with him? Or does he have a debt with us?
10 years
I don't think
ago,
so.
Caesar's
We
reputation
helped him
was
in a
torn to
court case,
shreds,
didn't we?
And his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on,
He owes us-
no one
he has
cares
debt
what
with
the
us.
truth is anymore. But we
Fight the
do
primordial
not
one for
forget.
me.
And so
Fight the
we
heavenly
find
sustain,
you.
the sustainer of heavenly principles. Fight them for me. How about that?
And what exactly
This is
did you
going
take from
so
me?
off course
I'm
from
still
this story
standing,
quest.
As you can see. Lorenzo has admitted to everything. I'm free.
No, you just admit to everything. Anyway, this is going so off course from the story quest, but imagine the scenes of like we all like go up to Celestia from Canria. We go up to Celestia, ready to fight the sustainer of heavenly principles, and we have like this army of dozens and dozens. At that point, it must be about 100. Like it won't be far off 100 of the playable characters we met along the way. That'd be so fucking badass. I don't think they'll do it because I think that's probably too much asking too much of them. But holy shit, would that be cool?
Free.
I would love that. That is my dream
Do
ending.
you really think so?
Like, you see the 100 characters we've met along the journey, just there backing us up to fight the sustainer of heavenly principles.
Find our own truth. I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams, and irreplaceable people. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in
This
the dead
better
of
give me
night,
my daily commissions.
stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a
Uneventful
rather
life.
uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found
What's she been
something
doing,
other than
Nate?
a life of crime to fill the hole. Back to Lorenzo for a second.
Okay.
He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to
Oh,
gain
okay.
from all that?
So that's how the connection
He
happens.
knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing
Yeah.
to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that
Oh,
you
they've been
haven't felt the
together?
compulsion
They're
to
together?
steal
They're a
in all
couple?
these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only
Oh,
real
friends.
each other has.
Friends.
So I think you
Quotation
know
marks.
deep down that he is the only truth you
Bet
have.
you are.
But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you'll never see it again.
Oh, yeah. Weep now, why don't you?
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Is this
Your
free?
freedom will cost you dearly. From now on,
Are you telling me we
you'll
can't
be
arrest her
all
for this?
alone
She
in a
admitted to
world
it.
full of
She's
lies and
guilty.
falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still got a long life ahead of
Like,
you.
yeah, she might
after
feel
all.
guilty. What if she was a fucking psychopath, bro? Like, she might not. She might not feel guilt.
Gather
Arrest
round,
her.
One and all, the time has now come for the amazing Linny to perform his final act in tonight's
What's it gonna
show.
be? Is it gonna be involving her? Is it gonna be
I'm
throwing
sure
her on
you're all
stage?
wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well,
High
wonder
altitude
no more
escape.
for the
Push her off and kill her.
death-defying high-altitude escape.
A high-altitude escape?
10 years ago, the trick that Caesar died
I'm
attempting.
sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his fatal fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel. But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now confessed to their crime.
Which is you. You are the weasel.
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous.
Uh-huh.
Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but
Can we stop being referred to as witnesses? This feels like something bigger. Obviously, it's not
You
here,
a lot
but
from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book? Or are you still the same as ever?
talking about
You don't have
him
to
being
tell
Fatui.
lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly where I am today. Maybe then you'll finally understand.
you're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
I guess. Yeah.
So,
I don't see really any connection to them. The only connection I see is they were both without parents.
Like Lenny said,
But
when
he
you're
went to an
ready,
orphanage
let's
with
head
Lynette.
outside and watch the
He had
show.
people, she didn't.
but what about Gemma?
And I guess he did lie. You know, about not being Fatui and everything.
She'll figure
Or
out
like
what's
hid
best
it,
for
I
her
guess.
soon enough.
That's the same as her.
Oh,
She just
and
hid
if you'd
being the
like to see
Phantom
Lenny
Weasel.
after
She
the
never really
show,
lied.
You know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
Alright. Well, let's go.
So is this going to be a cutscene? Do we get a cool cutscene here? I hope we get one. I don't... Where are we going? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we, If we've had a cutscene in the story quest, which would mean if we haven't, then this would be one. Like now. Yeah, I don't know if we've had one yet. I don't think so. Oh? We haven't. Is he on top? He's on the top of it. Oh shit. Jump. Not to die. That's the trick, I'm
Magic
guessing.
should be mysterious,
Oh, okay.
surprising, and defy logic.
Is this Caesar?
Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands
Oh, so no, this is
of
Linny.
times.
I mean, talking. Is that
It's
Caesar?
alright. We're used to that.
Oh, it is. Okay.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much.
How is she a cat and
We
he
can't
isn't?
tell you the whole truth.
Sorry. I'll
It's
be quiet.
okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician,
This looks good.
what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Okay. What? I mean, it's really cool imagery. But what's gonna happen? Okay, that's really cool imagery.
Surprise.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god. They've gone all out with the art on this.
Defying.
That was beautiful.
Isn't that right?
And the music.
This honor belongs to you, Caesar.
This music goes in the background of one of my theory videos later. The next one has this music in.
Just sorry it's a little late.
Wait, what? What happened though? How did he...
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next
Yeah.
he turned into flowers.
Okay.
How could he possibly have done that?
Well, he can't, so I don't know how.
Curious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right
Okay.
in front of my eyes. What a heart-
It's cool. I liked that imagery. The art was beautiful on that. Very nicely done. And the music was great as well.
Been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so.
It's a bit of a long headline, I reckon. Got a shot on it a little bit.
Really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt, but
The cemetery.
oh,
Lovely.
you need the one more. Yeah, that's probably it. All right, let's go look for it.
Okay. I thought I was done with the story quest, basically. I didn't realize there was so much more. Also, Fontaine has a tiny cemetery. Although I suppose it's bigger than any other nation's cemetery, which is non-existent. I'm not anywhere in these commissions, am I? No. Towers. Oh yeah, it's a 12-hour turnover, isn't it? Oh, get the mouse out of the way.
Linny, there you are.
Yo!
Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. Tweak
Tenterhooks.
Caesar's original setup a little to
This
keep
is
it
such a
fresh.
nitpick. But who pronounces it tenterhooks? Tenterhooks? Is that just me being English? Tenterhooks? 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 I think it might just be me being English.
I was honestly a little
that might be
nervous
my
during the
thing.
live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments. Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't
I'm
you?
guessing when he was very young.
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we
They were gonna
approached
steal
it.
from him?
I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers.
Oh, he was gonna learn
I'd
to do
watch their
magic to
tricks and try
steal.
to figure out how they were done. But I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. What I saw was the polished final performance, but the rigorous training they put in behind the scenes remained invisible to me. I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props.
Like in D&D.
We were gifted that we'd made some progress by ourselves, but without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes,
Okay.
we figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise.
So it wasn't
that
to
he was so
steal.
willing to teach us. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, we hid so many things from him.
Like being from the Fatui?
For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I loved. What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth. Trust is a beautiful thing. Sadly, I'd forgotten how to trust by then.
Okay. Okay. No
Still
comment.
worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you?
Paimon more than me. But yeah.
Don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar
I
went
think
on
this is the end of the
we
quest.
became busy with our missions.
I think this is the final
The
conversation.
next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel. That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in. Then one day, you look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. But I
Honestly,
guess
very true.
that's the price we have to pay.
Very well put.
You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
Such a good reply. We're in your auditorium and we're not going anywhere.
Cheer up, Winnie.
They're so poetic. It's just a poetic response to take that in a stride and like smoothly turn it into a different meaning, you know? It's just poetic. It's a small thing.
And the traveler by my side. Paimon just needs to focus on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette.
No.
We are the truest thing each other has in the world, and nothing can replace that.
That's the only thing I'm not going to accept from this. No, that isn't what truth means. Quite literally, it doesn't.
Life has taken
It does not have a meaning like that. I'm not sure if this has been mistranslated in some way,
That's what gave us
but
the
it doesn't.
strength to face the darkest days. That's why the darkness never consumed me and why it never will. Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every precious ray of light that shines through. Alright, time to lighten this conversation
Yeah,
a little.
will be cool.
What did you think of the show tonight? Were you happy with it?
It was amazing! Paimon just wishes we hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation. We spent most of our time in the Opera House just talking and pretty much missed the entire first half of the show.
Well, that was silly.
Winnie, could you do just one more trick for us?
Make me
Oh,
food.
That's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Lenny Paimon knows can do.
I thought she was going to ask for something specific.
Oh, all right then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
Do you?
Liar? There's nothing in your
Yeah.
hand. We ain't going along with this.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this.
You turned
Count
into
down.
flowers.
3,
Where are they all
2,
gone?
1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appear.
It's on me!
somewhere else.
Really? Let's see.
On me, not Henri. Not like Thierry Henry.
Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called, oh yeah, a rainbow rose.
I don't think I know what that is.
Paimon has to know how the trick is done, please.
I don't think that's an item, is it?
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Fuck off.
Fine. Please, teacher, please.
I just know in the original translation that's like senpai or something. I know the original is Chinese, not Japanese, but I feel like they would have that anyway. Because they do certain, they have certain words that they just use as Japanese, right? Like Genshin is, or what is it? It's Ito. He like calls people like Sama and Senpai and shit, doesn't he? No, it's Kuki Shinobu calls Yanfei Senpai. That's what I'm thinking is the case
Since you
here.
asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you.
Mm-hmm.
Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for
Is
yourself.
that what Caesar taught you?
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right, fine. Shall we head back now too?
Back now?
Paimon can't wait
Oh.
to read the Steambird. Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow.
What? This isn't the end? Or is it? No, it's not. Time skip. Oh, just about did it in time. Just about did it in time. Da, 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 da. Steambird. I'm hoping this gives me all my daily commissions. It does take a lot longer than just doing normal commissions, but you know, is what it is.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
No,
Lenny, I'll only take a moment of your time. If you would be so kind.
she is fast. Just listen to her talk.
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning.
They asked for an
But just
interview.
as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée Gemma had contacted
She
her and
confessed?
confessed to having been the
She
real
confessed to
Phantom
us. Could we not have just told them as well? I mean, I guess they might not believe us, but still, could have done it. Regardless, whether they believe you or not, still say,
Too late, bro.
bro.
Ooh, that was quick.
Hey, that's too late, bro.
It sounds like I've got some catching up to do.
Yo, bro, come on, man.
Fill me in.
Imagine Lynette just whips out a yo, wagwan fam. Yo, what you saying, bro? That would just be so funny. Honestly, funny as shit,
Did
man.
not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with Lenny's performance last night.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her 10 whole years?
Well...
I pressured her a bit.
Oh,
Distract
I
her.
remember now. You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you?
We grilled
Quick
that
fire question.
bitch.
Where did you all go after the show?
We girled that so-and-so.
Oh, we went to the cemetery and
That
Linny did a
silly
private
little thing.
magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Linny started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
Is that a big deal?
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you?
Oh,
than
beef, beef,
your
beef, 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 beef.
No,
What? What now? Oh, did Paimon say something wrong again?
Look at her eyes.
This is getting pretty awkward.
Leave.
What do we do, Traveler?
Take the primos and go.
This interview wasn't meant to be. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all. Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. There's clearly a web of complicated relationships there.
Yeah,
Can't blame me for being
they're
curious.
not friends. They are definitely together. It is definitely friends in quotation marks.
Bye for now.
Well, they can do that at the Fortress of Meripede, can't they? Shag all you want there.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to.
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
She's media trained.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness. You scared Paimon.
I feel like I'd be the least media trained guy. If I was like some actor or something and they needed to like do interviews with me, I'd give the wildest bloody answers. I would actually just like leak everything as well though. Like there's no way I'd be hiding shit. I'm so bad at that.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.
Why? What's the significance of a rainbow rose? Have I missed something? Does it say somewhere? Do I have it in my inventory? Where would it be? Here? A flower accessory given away by Linny at his magic shows. It is an arrangement of luminous bells which symbolize parting and rainbow roses that represent passion. Parting and passion are two separate perspectives sharing the same nature. So, he's no longer using something that is symbolic of parting, but is now using something that's symbolic of passion. So, but he's been passionate about magic the whole time. I'm confused. I feel like he's always been passionate. I feel like that symbolism has kind of lost itself there. Hey! Did the commissions though. That's a win. I'll be streaming for a little bit longer still.
Thank you for
Just gotta think of something to do now, really. Because I've done the dailies and everything. All that is done. Oh, shit, Friendship 7. Neat. Don't hate that, don't hate that. Yeah, it would be cool to see something else to do. This still doesn't exist, does it? Yeah. I don't know if that's a thing for everyone. If there's anyone in chat that actually can access that, let me know, so that I know if I'm missing something. Yeah, what to do now, I guess. Slime hunt, I reckon. I got weapons that need them. I have weapons that unfortunately do need them. So we'll slime hunt and have a little chat, have a chinwag if anyone is in chat, which I don't think they are. See, I thought this would be more lively than it would be on Twitch, which I suppose is wrong, at least at the moment, probably due to the lack of videos. If I was making videos, I'd probably get a few more views on these streams and people talking in chat. But at least Twitch, I at least had a bot that was just promoting a scam OnlyFans, you know. So at least that was, you know, I had somebody in Twitch at least. This is nobody. So sad. Alright, time to die.
Emerge.
You know, I could do Spiral Abyss, because bloody hell do I not ever do that. I never do the Spiral Abyss. It probably would be a good thing to do here, wouldn't it? Is it like close to ending or oh yeah. I might give that a go. We'll do some slime hunting, and then I think we'll do the Abyss. Just have some fun with it. Nothing crazy. We don't need to do like bloody floor 12 or some shit. It's just more effort than it's worth, really, isn't it? What do you mean immune? Immune to bloody what? Yeah, you die, mate. But yeah, I think I'll start making Genshin videos again. I don't know, just kind of want to get back into it. I want to do more than just theories as well, because obviously that's my channel so far, is Genshin Theories. But I think there's a few cool ideas I've got. One of them is, I want to do collabs. I know the Genshin community doesn't really do collabs, which I don't really get. The only reason I can like kind of justify not doing them in Genshin would be because it's kind of hard. Like, there's not much to do in multiplayer, you know? Like, you're not able to do quests together or anything. So, yeah, I have to think of something outside of Genshin, but related to Genshin, to be able to do a collab, if you get what I mean. Which theory content technically is. And I've considered doing Genshin Theory collabs. I've asked a couple people. They have said yes, but then not got back to me after that. So, I'm going to kind of just assume it might not happen. Which is a bit of a shame, because they're two, you know, pretty cool people. And it would have been fun to get to do a collab with them. But yeah, they just haven't got back to me since. So, sadly, I'm going to guess it's probably just not going to happen. Which is not cool. Not cool. But I'm going to try think of something else where I get to be a little bit more active in that role. I think that a cool one would be, what's it called? Like a quiz. I'm trying to think of some like a more specific one. I don't want to say Family Feud. You know what? I could actually, fuck. If I was bigger, I would love to do Pointless, where I could get like the first 100 people would answer a question or something. Like, if I was like bigger on Twitter, let's say, I could put out a poll and get people to answer the poll, and then I could do like a Pointless, or I could do Family Feud, but Genshin edition with like Genshin YouTubers, and I think that would be sick. I can get the Genshin YouTubers. I know enough of them that I could ask them, and I'd be pretty confident they could do it, especially if there's more of them there. You know, if you're like one of two, like if I ask one person to collab, then they might be like, oh, you know, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And, like, at what point they collab doesn't really matter as much. But if there's, like, 4 YouTubers on, then, like, they're going to feel a bit more pressure to do it in the sense, like, at a certain time. Because if, like, 3 of the people can only do it at a certain time, they're going to make room. So, yeah, like, Family Feud or Pointless would be sick, I think. I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas for, like, a Genshin collab video? I think a quiz would be cool. Like, I could get Genshin Theory people on and maybe do a theory quiz, but then I could also just do a normal one with normal YouTubers as well. That would also be cool. You know, it doesn't all have to be theory related. That's just the content I've been doing recently. I say recently, quite a long time now, actually. The recent time I've not been making videos at all, if anything. So yeah. I think that would be the way I'd like to go, because you can't really collab in-game. So I want to collab out-game, but still related to Genshin. I used to do a bunch of funny moments videos, but it's not Genshin related, so I can't really do that. Unless I just go for Genshin funny moments. But I don't know when Genshin's funny. I've done a Genshin like funny moments video before, but that was like whilst I was with people who weren't playing Genshin. They were just on call with me and we were just making jokes. And it was actually Genshin related. Like, the jokes were mainly about Genshin in reality. But But yeah,
Solidified.
that'll be cool.
Right here. Emerge.
Um,
Right here. Busted.
I think the quiz idea is the best idea for a collab. A single, like, I was gonna say single player. That's not the right word, really. Just a normal video, the normal videos I do by myself. I'd like to do book club, but with Genshin, you know. The only problem is I think it probably is a little bit boring. Where would it be? Archive? Archive books. So yeah, like I could go here. So the one I've written a script for this already. It needs reviewing again though because it's been a while. Where is it? Why is that like that as well? Princess Mina of the Fallen Nation. Here we go. Wait, is this it? Yeah. Yeah, here it is. So I've done it where like I was supposed to I was supposed to oh. Yeah, so I've this may be the final one. Am I crazy? Oh, it's because I've got all the others locked. Makes sense. So yeah, this is like Trevici. Oh, that's hell, isn't it? I've done the scripts whereby I read this, and then I also have theories on each each volume. Sorry. I've read it through the wiki because obviously I can't read it in game. I don't have it unlocked. But yeah, I've read it, and then I like have a theory, and then at the end I like kind of sum it up a little bit. So I still need to do that, as in read it and edit it and everything like that. That part still needs doing. The writing is done, which is pretty good. I'm very sure, like 85% sure, that would be the next video. And I'd see how that goes, and basically, you know, would I want to continue that? Maybe. I think in 4.5, I'm gonna guess there's gonna be some kind of finale thing to Fontaine, more so than there is now. Because I want to do a video where I like look back on my predictions for Fontaine, which is my most viewed video, where I made the Fontaine predictions, and I want to see how much I got right, see how much I got wrong, so that I can be a bit more confident, or know that I'm probably gonna fuck it up when I make my Natlin predictions. Which, what month are we in now? January? Oh shit! I mean, Natlin comes out this year. It'll come out like in the summer, or actually, it probably comes out not in the summer. It probably comes out in the autumn. But yeah, I'll be making my predictions probably in the summer. Yeah, in the summer I'll make my predictions for Natlin most likely. So I gotta make sure I'm aware of how right I am. Because if I'm there like, oh, you know what, I made all these predictions for Fontaine and all of these were right, you know, have some trust in me now. I think that would be fair. I think I'd be well within my right. Nobody has commented, have they? I'm not crazy? Most likely. Oh, so I gotta make sure I'm aware of how right I am. Because if I'm there... Is the stream quality really bad? You can see here. Let me see on my phone. See how it looks. I mean, it's far from great, is it? It's far from great. Probably why people are leaving so quick. It's not the worst. It's very much visible. It's just somewhat shit quality. Oh no, wait, because like now it's fine, right? Like right now the quality is okay. I think. If anyone's here, tell me if the video quality is okay on the stream right now, please. Oh wait, was there another? Oh, we'll leave it. We'll do Abyss. We'll do Abyss. Yeah, just let me know if the stream quality or audio or anything like that's okay. Okay. I've not done the Abyss properly in a long time. Let's see. Bunch of nobodies. Bunch of nobodies, I think, right? Yeah, I don't need anything special for anything yet. Hydra. Pyro. Yeah, nothing special either. So I just don't have Hydra in the first one. Right? Yeah. Yeah. First half, don't have Hydra. So in this one we'll do... It'll be fun. This is floor 9, so just have fun. Pick some fun characters, you know? Let's go for... Ooh. You know, I've not really used Farina. So I'd be interested in trying Farina. Who does Farina go well with? An all-party healer, so probably Jean. Chuck Yaimiko in there. Yaimiko, Yelan, Jean? Is that good? Yaimiko and Yelan go well together, I think. I think this is okay, right? Maybe. Maybe. And then, yeah, this one's Hydro, so don't do Hydro, people. Do... Raiden... Oh, did we just go Sweaty? Kazuha? Zhongling Bennett? Fuck it. It's a relatively fun team. It's Sweaty, but it's a relatively fun one. I can't really go Xiao or anything, can I? Go this one. It's just having a bit of fun. Come here. Now!
Everybody stand back.
It's so annoying how they're just far away, though. Like, that's the only problem, is they're far. I can't really do any... I could, you know, I could do an Abyss video. Like, a challenge video against other YouTubers. But, also, I would definitely just lose every time. Because I don't really play the game. So, I feel like I'm probably a little bit far behind. You know? Like, I'm guessing this isn't great quality. I'm just kind of doing whatever I'm doing. And hoping. It works. It does the job. Right? There's not that many... I don't care about the primos as much as I need to, really. This chamber. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, they're charged. I shouldn't have done this, actually. I'm only ever using charged. Yo. Die! Yeah, I don't think an Abyss challenge video would go well. I've done an Abyss challenge video, actually. That's very loud. Sorry if I peeked. I've done an Abyss challenge video. I did that, If I Speak, I Wish. Oh, shit. It's actually the title. Sorry, not the title. The thumbnail of this stream is that thumbnail. Because I saw, like, oh, shit, YouTube, like, has thumbnails for streams. I need to, like, make a thumbnail. And I was like, oh, but I want to stream now. So I just quickly stole the If I Speak, I Wish thumbnail. And you know what? It works. It's not particularly relevant, but it is Genshin related, right? I would have the face cam on if it wasn't for the fact that my eye bags from my all-nighter look bloody disgusting. They look vile. Inhumane. They look like I've been tortured for centuries on end. Never stopping. It never stops, the torture. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm not doing face cam. I probably would in the future. Just go to sleep, fella. Listen, man. This is... I need to stay awake somehow. Okay? Genshin will get me through it. Where's the other guy? Here you are. Genshin will get me through it. Do you want to stop fucking me up, man? Yeah, I'm what? Put him up! That was fighting talk, if you couldn't tell. I'm a pro boxer. Boxed for 23 years. At my big age of less than 23. What is this? Oh, is this the shit that buffs them up? Yeah, it just buffs their HP, doesn't it? Okay. How about you just instantly die? Oh, that was actually cold as fuck because I had no idea that was happening. And he did actually die. I'll take it. I was probably just saying nothing there. I looked at chat for a second. Peak Genshin hours. You know what? It is peak Genshin hours. What time is it? 5 o'clock? That's peak Genshin hours. When's better Genshin hours? Oh shit, there's that cunt. Oh, fuck's sake. I just used the Bennett ult. It's peak Genshin hours. When I used to play this game properly, like, me and Wizzo would play this game for the entire day. And we'd be up until like 2, 3 a.m. just playing Genshin. Just playing the whole day, like 100%ing all these different regions and everything.
Right now, right here. Emerge.
At that point, we were probably a little bit too addicted. Oh shit, I forgot, I haven't even been using Gene heals, which like is what Farina gets buffed with, isn't it? Okay, just die. Oh, you know what? That's actually kind of sick. I did a finishing pose. Alright, what's floor 10 looking like? Oh, here we go. So nothing interesting. Just a bunch of elemental shit. Bishops. Okay, I can do whatever. We'll go like, let's go Zhao or something here. Have some fun with it. Zhao, Farazan. Who does Zhao work well with? Do I have Bennett in there with him, maybe? A battery would be nice. Who's a battery? Venti? I mean, kind of fucks the elemental reactions, but Zhao doesn't do them anyway, I guess. We'll just go Venti for the Animo battery. And then first half, let's go, who's fun? Nuvolette? Nuvolette's pretty fun. Who does he go well with? Yaimiko. I'm guessing he doesn't go well with Yelan. But I don't know. Yelan, Nahida, and then Zhongli. Yeah, that works. How come you're streaming on YouTube, not Twitch? I was streaming on Twitch. I streamed on Twitch earlier today for about 20 minutes. Then I saw... I got a comment in chat. It was the only comment in the whole 20 minutes was from a bot that was just saying like, yo, subscribe to my OnlyFans. And at that point I was like, fuck it, let's just go YouTube, man. YouTube knows what's up at least. I haven't streamed on YouTube since my ARC stream, which was before I returned to YouTube at all. I saw the OnlyFans comment from the bot, I was gone. Didn't need anything anymore. Twitch is not the place for me. I also don't think YouTube streaming is even bad. Like, I see no problem with it. I don't know why it's like... Like, the only thing I understand is, like, the culture's different. But also, Twitch culture's kind of fucking cringe as shit. So I don't care. I'd rather not have the cringe culture. Like, it kind of just is a bit embarrassing.
Time for takeoff.
Disappear. That's also a bit cringe. He's very emo. Do I want to crit at some point in my life? Holy fucking shit. I wish I played Genshin while Nuvolette banner man carried the Fontaine Archon quest. You know, I'm gonna controversially disagree with you here. I think Nuvolette did shit all until the end, when he stepped up, but not in a way like... So, this is gonna get a bit like storytelling nerdy, but there's obviously character development and everything. Nuvolette didn't develop a character at all, or like his character didn't change. Obviously he became the Sovereign and everything, but that was something he wanted anyway. He always just said like, once Farina lets me, like, yeah, I'm down. But he's not a static character either. And a static character is one, like Goku, for instance, is a static character, where he changes the world around him. And that's character development, because the world around him is changing. And he changes that, and that's okay. That's good character development still. It's less obvious, but it's still good character development. But Nuvela didn't really do that, because Farina was always going to give up her power once that moment happened. Nuvela just happened to be fucking strong as shit. That's not character, though, him being strong. That's just his strength, it's just his power. But that's not character. But he's still fucking badass as shit. Don't get me wrong. Nuvela is badass. Navia, though, was crazy. I thought Navia was great during that Arkham quest. Nuvela does seem quite strong as well. I don't know, I've not used him much. But I have him. And he seems pretty strong. Like, he can do this shit, which is just cool. Like, that's just really cool. Fair contradiction.
Right here. Right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like Navia's character development. I think she's my favorite character to have developed in Genshin entirely. But also, I'll say, they knocked out the park with Fontaine's characters. Like, Farina, Navia, both had really good character development. Nuvela's cool. Wriothesley didn't develop. He's just cool. Who else even exists in Fontaine? Who am I forgetting? There's other people, isn't there? Siegeween did nothing. She's pointless. Oh, Linny. I suppose Linny develops a little bit. I just don't like him that much. I'm not the biggest fan of his character design. I know a lot of people are, but it's just not for me. He's just a little bit femboy for me, which, you know, hey, do what you want. Ult, please, ult, please, ult, please. No, I'm not allowed to ult.
Think you can get away?
Fuck.
Brace yourself.
Charlotte? Charlotte, oh yeah. What did Charlotte do? Did Charlotte develop at all? I don't think so. There's nothing wrong with Charlotte. She doesn't need to change. She's a bit of a just character, like, I don't know. Not really comic relief, but she's just chill. She takes the edge off of what is a very heavy storyline in Fontaine. She takes the edge off of it a lot, which is good. It's very good. I'm glad. She doesn't need to change, because that should be what she does. I felt for Navia, especially during the Poseidon earthquake. Generally made me sad. It was sad. I think I recorded my reactions to it and everything, just in case I would make a video out of my reactions. And like, yeah, I never ended up doing it, but I still have the footage, and it was just really sad. Like, Fontaine just was sad in general. Like, at first, when you see like the NPC dying, I was like, holy shit, Fontaine is dark. Like, it's just an NPC dying that you don't really care for, but like, you don't expect it, because before Fontaine they did nothing like this. But now they've done it quite a lot in Fontaine. So it's just like a massive turnaround where I was genuinely really shocked. That was probably the most shocking moment, is when they killed that NPC. That was the most shocking moment for me.
Water comes in many.
But yeah, Navia has a very sad backstory, but she developed it really well, and she's a very fun character. Despite having that like really sad backstory, she's a fun character, and I think that's really important. It's like, even with the sad backstory, she can still be somebody who's fun after the game. Did I not use my E beforehand? She just took photos, lol. Yeah. Although it kind of was really good, like, for the epilogue. Oh no, it's not even the epilogue, is it? Because the epilogue's still not out yet. But like, the epilogue in terms of, like, that final bit of the act in the Arkham quest, like, where you have her there. She she's able to sum up a lot by like being a journalist. She uses that to sum up things, and it comes very naturally. And it's a cool little use of her character, I suppose. But it does feel like they were trying to find a use for her. Slimes of different kind, hydro shit. Nobody cares. More hydro. Nobody cares. Jade plume. Okay. In that case, it's probably just this and this, right? And then this one is Navia, Yamiko, Yelan, Zhongli. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Both are quite sweaty teams, I feel like. Don't really need EM for the first team, but the second half of the team will. We'll be very thankful for that EM.
Right now. Right here.
Come here, you slag! Yeah, Navia is my favourite character in Genshin. Farina is up there as well. I also love the voice actor for Navia. I knew about her, first of all, from Dragon Ball Abridged. She's Android 18 in that. Which is like, I mean, I was gonna say it's a little internet, like, YouTube show thing. But like, it's a big fucking series. It's like the biggest, it was like probably the biggest YouTube series in like the noughties, I feel like. I'm trying to think of a bigger one. I don't know, did Smosh have a series they did? That would have probably been bigger, I guess. But, I mean, yeah, that Dragon Ball Abridged series was big, and she was Android 18 on that. Which is like nothing to snuff at. Like, she was good in it as well. What's her name? Amber Lee Connors, is it? Is that her name? So yeah, voice actor for Farina. She does it so masterfully as well. Because she has to do something harder than everybody else. Raiden Shogun's VA has had to do a little bit, where like she has to voice Makoto and Raiden and then also A. Because A and Raiden Shogun are different, and so she does a different voice for them. But Farina has to do it as well, but to like a whole different degree. Like Farina, never mind Focalor, like just Farina alone has to do so many different voices. Am I just swirling Hydro on Hydro? That's so dumb. That was so stupid of me.
Illusion shattered.
Alakino, or however you spell it. I think you spell it right. Oh no, I think it's double N. Maybe. The Knave was probably my fave for Tui yet. She just kind of did what you wouldn't expect her for Tui to do. What, be nice and helpful? Yeah, I get what you mean. Because my expectations... I expected Alakino to be in Fontaine. My most viewed video is my predictions on Fontaine. And... yeah, I predicted in that video Alakino would be in Fontaine. But I predicted we'd fight her. And that she'd turn to our side to want to fight, what's her name? The Tsaritsa? I had predicted that she would want to fight the Tsaritsa by the end of Fontaine, which she has not yet done. I don't know if we've seen the last of Arlecchino in Fontaine. I don't know if we're going to see something else with her in this like epilogue quest. I feel like no. But I wouldn't be against it at all, because there's still more of Arlecchino to tell. The problem is, I can't say Arlecchino is my fave for Tui yet, because there's just that one little thing missing at the end. There needs to be one last thing that we see of Arlecchino, and then she becomes really good, I reckon. Like, everything they've done with her right now, so far, has been great. They just haven't shown enough of it yet. They just need one last thing with her. Tartaglia is still my favourite. He just has this very simple thing. It's literally Goku's personality, where he just wants to be stronger and fight. Like, Child isn't really loyal to the Tsaritsa. I think he is a little bit. But he more just wants to get stronger, and is using the Tsaritsa for that. And I like that. I've never really liked Scaramouche like that. He's just kind of a bit of a crybaby. He's just a bit of a bitch. Just a little wee-wah. That's all he is to me. I know he's gone through a hard life. So yes, it's ignorant to say, but it's a character in a game. It's not, you know, it's nothing personal, kid. But yeah, I don't know. He's just kind of cried an awful lot. And I'd rather him not. Yeah. He's... His switch doesn't make the most sense. I understand how much development they've given him. They've given him more development than any other Fatui. Child is just there to throw rocks at people, lol. Picking fights and shit. Yeah, but he likes to get stronger. It is literally that Goku meme, you know, where it's like, hey kid, I heard you're pretty strong. Or like, oh hey kid, I heard you beat cancer. You must be pretty strong. Well, I'm pretty strong too. Wanna fight? Like, that's what Child is to me. That just is Child. But yeah, I like Child. I know they put the most amount of effort into Scaramouche. I'm just not into it. But because they put so much effort into it, you can't help but at least be somewhat enthralled in what he is. Don't die. Thank you. You can't help but be somewhat enthralled in what Scaramouche is, right? So you are naturally going to like him more than the Signora, who realistically hasn't had that much, has she? Like, nobody's favourite is Signora, unless you're a bit of a fucking horny cunt, you know? Like, that's the only reason you'd like the Signora. And I'm not, so I'm not that big into Signora. There's many more I'd rather have over her. So yeah, Child I prefer more. Arlecchino I do prefer more. Dottore has had a little bit more than La Signora, but still hasn't had that much. Like, we don't know that much about him. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about him. He's probably my second least favourite that we've met so far. There's still... Do you know what's crazy? There's so many we haven't met. And there's only 2 regions after this. I mean, there's 3 technically. There's Canria. But I think we're done with the Fatui once we get to Canria, right? Because the Fatui have got to end with Snezhnaya, realistically. Or at the very least, all of the Fatui we're going to meet will be in Snezhnaya. We'll have met everyone by then. Which means there's a fucking lot we have to get through now. I prefer the Muso no Hitachi over the Signora, lol.
Solidified. Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
I do love Inazuma. I feel like Inazuma must be the least favourite. I don't know, there's just something about it. When I was exploring it, like, I remember thinking, yeah, this is my favourite region to explore. I know the puzzles were a bit of a piss take. I get that. And they were a piss take. Because it wasn't so much that the puzzles were hard. They weren't hard puzzles. They were just really bad at explaining them. They were really bad at setting up a puzzle. Like, I didn't know, like, oh, I'm supposed to do, you know, this thing. Right. Now, you're dead. But I did like it. I think Liyue is probably my least favourite region. Mondstadt just feels like home. It's really shit to explore, Mondstadt. The enemies are boring and weak as well. Like, the only interesting enemy in Mondstadt isn't really interesting when you're at this kind of level. Of, like, anything above 40, you're no longer going to find Mondstadt have interesting enemies. Because when you first, like, play the game, the, what are they? What are they called? Rune machines? The rune machines. We're not going to bother with 12. The rune machines, rune guardians. What are they called? Where is it? Is it in here? Enemies, not Rune Drake. It's one of these guys. Rune Guard. They're all over Mondstadt. And when you first play the game, they're really hard. They're like the Guardians in Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm almost certain they're based on the Guardians in Breath of the Wild. Almost certain. Because this is still when they were taking inspiration from Zelda. Now I don't think they are. At this point, I don't think we're seeing anything from Zelda. Except for what's been carried over from the beginning of the game, right? Like, obviously, there's still, you know, The exploration and climbing and everything is still in the same way that Zelda does it. Not to say that climbing or exploration is exclusive to Zelda. They didn't invent that, of course. But the way that they've done it is very much stylistically the same as Zelda. But that's just carried over from the start of the game, right? They're not going to change that now. That would be a bit silly. Inazuma, probably my most favourite region. Second is Liyue by a small margin. Really? I'm not a big fan of Liyue. The thing I like the most about it is the extensive history they have. Especially with godhood. Their godhood is quite interesting to me. Whereas Mondstadt's godhood, I care significantly less about. Like, there was Storm Terror, and then he got fucked over by a rebellion, and one of those rebellion people is Venti, who then just disappears randomly because he decides to have a nap. And I don't actually know the timeline. When did Venti sleep? He's been awake for the past, 1,000 years, hasn't he? He hasn't just woken up, right? Or has he just woken up? But yeah, Mondstadt I like purely because it feels like home. The characters there feel familial. They feel like more of a family than any other region. Every other region they feel like friends. And they are friends in Mondstadt, but they feel like a family. Even Kaya, the drunk uncle, you know? Inazuma, the characters I care for less, and I feel like that's because they've gone very much for the typical Japanese culture where they're very reserved, except for, Ito. I love Ito. He is such a bundle of personality and fun, and it's such a left turn to everyone else. Like, when you look at Ayato or Ayaka, they're very much like this typical culture, and it's less fun. They have less of a personality. Ayaka definitely has much more of one than Ayato, though. Raiden Shogun does have one, but controversially, I'm going to say this. Raiden Shogun does have a personality and is a developed character, like everyone says. But holy shit, did it take them long to get there? They spent so long to give her a personality that it was kind of boring by the time they did. It took the second act of her quest. And when you're in that quest, it's such a droolingly long quest. That's the first time I was like, okay, now I realize suddenly, this quest, the quest after Raiden Shogun, suddenly became really boring. And I've not enjoyed doing them, which you may be able to tell by the fact that I'm not doing them. They're not fun, ever since that one. And I don't know why. Because that quest was good. That story quest had good elements, but they've taken the elements that were bad from it and kept doing it, not the elements that were good. Venti slept? Yeah, he slept. Ruin shit is the reason I'm still running Amber in my parties somehow. Are you somewhat new to the game, I'm guessing? Yeah, Venti slept for at the very least a few hundred years. I feel like it may have been a bit longer, though. He's an old-ass god. He's the second oldest. Zhongli is the only god that's older than Venti. Venti is one of the two original ones. But yeah, he slept for a few hundred years. I just don't remember the time frame. It'd probably be really easy to look up. I paid no attention to that part of the lore. Ito is probably one of my favourite from Inazuma. Yeah, he's very cool. He's very good at having a personality and being fun. And the voice actor for him, in the English version at the very least, I think is the guy that does One Punch Man. What's his name? Saitama or something? And Saitama, weirdly enough, is the most bored person. And he has no personality whatsoever. And yet Ito has this massive personality. So it's quite funny. Quite a funny contrast between the two. But yeah, I don't think many people paid attention to the lore in Mondstadt, because when you first play the game, you don't really care. It takes a while to care about the lore in this game. I didn't care until... When did I care? Until I was done with the game. It was after I finished the story in Inazuma. when Inazuma was still the last part of the story.
Right now, emerge.
After that, I started caring about the lore.
Feeling lucky?
But that is quite literally it. Yeah, AR48 kind of lost on what to do now. Yeah, welcome to the club. You do get lost on what to do. I'm AR60. You kind of get, like, when I first was playing the game, for the first, like, couple months, maybe even 3-4 months even, I was playing the game, like, every day. For hours and hours on end, just exploring. Which is why, like, Mondstadt, for instance, I have all these 100%, so Leeway, I'm, like, pretty high up on most of it. And Inazuma, I've got, like, a lot of 100%, and I'm pretty high up on most of it. Like, and then you go to Sumeru, and you see, like, there's a 38% here, there's a 56% here. Fontaine, I've tried to explore a little bit more in. As you can see, like, there's a 94, there's a 92, like, some of it is pretty well explored. Because I'm trying to get back into the game in Fontaine. Sumeru, I was not interested in. But at a certain point, you do kind of just explore everything you want to explore without having to, like, look up YouTube videos. Like, there is no hope of me 100%ing Watatsumi Island without looking up videos. I've explored everything I can find. Everything else is hidden to me. I don't know where the other shit is. So I absolutely would have to look at videos. And that to me is then boring. I don't want to do that. So I don't. I just kind of crack on with it, you know? Go play other games. Play this every day for a little bit, for a few minutes, and then you go play something else. I hate the desert in Sumeru. It's just so fucking much. I took like a big hiatus of the game for just over a year. In 3.0. 3.0 was the last time I was like playing the game properly. Then I took a hiatus. I come back and like the desert was fully developed. I started playing again when I built my PC. And that was when this region came out. And this region is part of the desert, but it's my favorite region in the game, I think. The lore in it is just so interesting to me. And the imagery is really cool. And I think the thing that's just like, it was seeing the west waters of Teyvat. Because you see the waters here and you're like, yeah, okay, so this is the eastern part of Teyvat. Like, we've got all this. This is fine. We're there. Here, I was like, shit, man. We're on the other side of Teyvat. And the lore is really cool. And the story here is really cool. And there was loads of stuff. Like, I got to make fun theories from this. Like, my Dainsleif ring theory might be my favorite theory I've done. Because it's the one that probably, I think other people, I know probably the most about it compared to other people. And I got it in a state where I fully believe that theory. I'm fully in belief of that theory. And it's thanks to this region. The rest of the desert, I don't really care for. I've not really explored it. Like, I've got 70% and 68% here. But I've not really actually explored it. That just kind of happened. Like, if I go there, I'll probably find a chest instantly. Same with here. I've not explored this region. I think there's a quest here that I haven't done. I know Jet is like a fan favorite world quest. And I haven't done it. I think I've done some of it, but not all of it. Subotai, I know, does a lot of what's it called? Cinematics using Jet's story quest. And Subotai is cool. It was really cool because Subotai like reached out to me, I think, and he like subscribed to me, and he messaged me and was like, "Hey, do you want to like join this Discord with people?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck, that's sick." And I was like, "Wow, this guy's really cool." Subotai is a great guy. He's really cool, and he is a fucking expert at what he does. I mean, holy shit, is he amazing! Like, I don't know. What should we see? Oh yeah, look at this, bro. Well, I don't want to, steal the views from him, so we'll only watch a couple minutes of it. Not that I think that really matters, because I've seen like a streamer had watched my video, Lindsay, and I was loving that. Like, it was great to see somebody react to it. Like, look at this.
If only you could hear it too.
It's so good.
Her soft, curly hair. That innocent smile of hers. Why couldn't I have told you a little more about her? Jet.
Like, look
you
at
have to go
these.
on alone
These
from now
cinematics
on.
are mental.
Forgive me. No, I'm sure you won't forgive me. After all.
Where's like the action bit? We'll get to
Doubt who?
like, oh my
Pride
god,
wants
look at
us
talking.
dead, and I'm going to find out who.
Like, even that
Oh my.
is mental. Again, I don't want to steal the views, so I won't. But that is mental. And he's a cool guy who reached out to me. I'd love to get him in a video as well. I'd love to do a video with him. I don't know what I would do. It would probably be that quiz idea that I mentioned before in the stream. I'd love to do that. But yeah, anyway, I think we'll end it there. This was much better than Twitch, it seems. I enjoyed this more. Thank you, especially Tonk, for coming and hanging out. That's really cool. I'm going to be trying to play Genshin more again. And because of that, well, I'm doing that to make more videos, because I want to make more videos on Genshin again. So I would expect more videos, hopefully, very soon. I'll be getting on them. What day is it? Monday? So I'm going to try and get one this week if I can. I'll probably start and finish one this week if I can do that. Expect more streams as well on YouTube, because I kind of want to do more streams. YouTube seems better for streaming here. Twitch is just a bit of a shithole. I don't care for it. I don't care for Twitch. I also have no, like, presence on Twitch at all. I have some presence on YouTube at least, even though it's a small one. I have something here. So yeah, I'll probably do more streams on YouTube. Hopefully ones where I'm not on no sleep at all, because I've stayed up the entire night, and I've not slept. So I'll probably have a face cam in those ones, which will probably be a bit better. And hey, might even, once I upload that video this week as well, I'll probably do some like in-depth analysis and review or something on the video, like kind of comments on it, go through the process, could be cool if anybody cares. Do whatever seems cool. And maybe collab streams, if anybody is interested. I reckon I could get Roosevelt to do a collab stream. I would hope. I would also hope I could get to a collab video. But who knows? That's a future thing. Anyway, thank you very much. And yeah, no sleep, gang. I'll hopefully have sleep the next time I stream. Which, who knows, could be tomorrow for all I know. So yeah, thank you for hanging out. That's all from me. See you in the next one.